Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. We got a week's worth of games to recap. We got some trades that have happened, some trades that are looming, some ejections, some name changes. Let's do it! Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, brought to you by DraftKings. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name's Jimmy. His name is Jake. Got Trev coming to you from California, and producer BBD in the corner. And boy, do we have some things to talk about today. Very excited to do so. Lots going on. As Trev noted in our pre-episode discussion, some of the games feel like they took place 3 weeks ago because baseball's starting to roll downhill now. Jake, how are you doing?
James, Trevor, Big Baby David, everyone live in the chat. Hope everyone is doing well today. Me and Jimmy had a nice little secret mission this morning. Can't talk about it. We'll never talk about it. Don't ask us to talk about it. Yankees devastated us last night, but we're not going to talk about that.
Luckily, that's the weekend show.
We'll get to marinate that one. But I'm doing all right, man. I'm excited to have a half regular weekend. This is one of my few this summer that are that way. So, I mean, Olympics, Ted Lasso, baseball, trade deadline. We're in it, folks, so I'm doing pretty well. Trevor Plouffe, my good friend, how are you?
Don't refer to me as your good friend for the rest of the day. You're banned from that for the rest of the day. Okay. Jakey and I had a little bit of an argument. If you haven't watched our Loop-sponsored Blitzball game, go ahead and check that out on our YouTube channel. Jake is making some wild accusations about it, so you'll see why, I guess. People will be like, what accusations can he make? That was a clean game, but you found some. Other than that, though, I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk about these games. A lot of stuff going on. Like Jimmy said, it's going downhill. Trades are here. Name changes. And I said a couple days ago it's a little too early for standings watch, but that's only like a week or 2 weeks away that we can really start getting into the standings. And that's like the funnest part of the baseball season. So here we are to talk about baseball. Jimmy, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I ripped out the carpet in my basement last night on a whim. So
yeah.
In it a little bit.
Homeowner stuff.
Yeah. No, I was down there.
What kind of carpet was it? Was it a bad carpet job?
Well, it smelled when we got the house, like a little moldy. Just old, So we got and they had a cat, and I'm really, really allergic to cats. So we had Stanley Steamers come and wash the whole carpet. But there's no windows because down in the basement, and they didn't do any fans or didn't take any measurements to dry it out. So I went down there last night during the Yankees game to set up my desk and make some breakdowns, and I almost threw up because it smelled like the birthplace of mold. And it was just so wet, and it'd been like 40 hours since it happened. So I got my little box cutter because we had all the boxes out, and I just sliced it and ripped it all up and threw it to the garage. And because I figured if I didn't, it was just going to get grosser and grosser. And eventually I just want hardwood anyway. So I was like, if I do this right now, there's no denying the need for hardwood. I can't delay this project if I just take this carpet and rip it up.
There you go.
Yeah. Katie only knows me as a guy who lives in either apartments or 1 year places, and that person would never put any work into that place or apartment because why the hell would you do that?
You're out.
So she's kind of shocked that I can do things, but my dad is the biggest do things person in the world. So growing up, it was let's build this, let's fix this, let's build this. So I'm excited to get my home ownership on.
Can I give you just a little bit of advice?
Yeah.
Tone it down with the DIY stuff because at the beginning, if you start that and you have that,
No, I'm not
she thinks you can do everything, you're going to have to do everything.
No, she doesn't. She thinks I can't do anything, so I have to do a couple things to prove it. She wants a workbench in the garage, and she was going to buy one. I was like, I'll just make you one. She's like, you don't know how to make one. Literally is the first project me and my dad did. We moved to 6 different houses. I was like, Dad, how many workbenches have we built? And he's like 6. First thing we did every house, me and my dad built a workbench in the garage. Anyway, it's official that the Mets just traded for Rich Hill. Passan just dropped it.
Passan.
And did you see the package?
No.
Trev's guy, Tommy Hunter.
No.
And a AA player.
So Hunter to the
Rays got Tommy
Uh-oh.
Rays got
Tommy
Uh-oh. Tommy Hunter, big playoff innings is what that sounds like to me.
Don't know who the AA player
Tommy
is
Hunter's
yet.
back
Tommy Hunter's back.
with Tampa. Okay. Him and Kevin Cash have a hilarious relationship. I mean, I'm curious to see how that dynamic's going to go down.
Can you guys, without looking at all, because I had to Google this, can you name who's been starting for the Rays? I did the last 20 games. In the last 20 games, 7 players have started for the Rays.
Say Patino.
He started 1.
Fleming, is he twirling it for
He
them?
started 1.
Jeez. Rich Hill.
He started 3.
Okay.
Yarby.
Yarby has started 3.
Our guy. Did McHugh get any starts?
He started 1.
They're disgusting.
Friend of the pod.
I hate them. Friend of the pod.
Yeah.
There's
2 others that have started 3.
Are they are any of them openers?
I have no
Tough
idea.
to say. Yeah.
I have no idea.
We can,
Waka and McClanahan.
That's the Rays.
yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like Rich Hill,
That's the Rays
Rich
for you,
Hill
though.
is their only player that has been a starter and only a starter all season that's still healthy.
Starting pitchers are dead.
The Rays don't give a fuck.
They're just innings. They don't care about
Yeah.
what inning they are. They're just innings. You just get 3 outs. That's all. That's the way they think. How can we get 3 outs in this?
Because even Yarby has done some out of the pen, but Yarby started the season starting, but with Glass now out, man, that's bizarre.
That's why it's so hard to when you think about this team, like the Rays preseason. You just give them the benefit of the doubt because they prove you wrong year in and year out. But when you look at the team on paper, like, do they have the pieces to get through this season? And then they figure it out.
Rich Hill hasn't
Very
been
hard to rate this team.
Rich Hill hasn't been great of late, but the Mets just need arms so bad right now. Just so they don't kill their bullpen all the time.
Good for Rich Hill. Double chance to win rings.
Yeah. 2 teams. That's always fun. The old Benji Molina trick.
Like that.
Texas first Giants World
Name
Series.
that Molina.
I get a ring no matter what.
Roll it out. Keep it tidy.
Wow. You guys want to get into the recaps?
I think so.
Yes.
I have the NL, and the NL recap is brought to you by the shop at JOMBOYmedia.com because ending tonight at midnight, you will not be able to buy the jerseys that we wore at the Home Run Derby, the Jomboy Media Special Edition, fully customizable jerseys. They're selling. A lot of people are grabbing them, and I love them for that. We were very interested to see the turnout, and it's exceeded what we thought it would, like by a lot, which is awesome. But there's still, it's still about 11 hours and 15 minutes left to get yours. They will never be available again, which, Trev, the coolest part about that is, say 5 years from now, we're doing a tour, we're going to stadiums, someone shows up wearing one of these jerseys, I'll buy him a beer. Like, oh shit. That's an original. You know what I mean?
It then.
It's basically a yearbook.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I was around then. So
concert tour.
You can also choose the number. You can choose the name on the back. On John Boy Jake Radio, we are going to draft our favorite number and name combo that was purchased. Go to shop.johnboymedia.com to buy your jersey today, or you can click the link in the description of this video below once it's done on YouTube. I think that's everything I needed to say. Yep. Cool.
Link should be in the description right now.
Hell yeah, baby.
Jim, what happened in the National League earlier this week?
Let me tell you. The Giants went south to take on the Dodgers, and holy smokes, was this series a doozy. They played 4 games. 3 of them had blown saves and comebacks in the 9th. Holy shit. Gossman versus Gonsolin. Gossman labors over 3 innings, throws 80 pitches, but the Giants score a bunch of runs. They get the win day number 1 and day number 2. The Dodgers come back in the 9th, 2 walks and then a pinch hit walk-off homer for Will Smith to tie the series in game 3. The Giants score 4. No, maybe that was a different one. In game 3, Kenley blows the save. It was Webb versus Urias. Urias had a really good start for the Dodgers, and Kenley blows the save, and the Giants win 4-2. And in game 4, last night, 2 outs. Bottom 9th, Giants up 1, full count, Rough at the plate. He swings. They say, no, that was not a swing. He walks. Game goes on. Giants end up winning 5-3. Roberts gets ejected. Talk about high drama, great baseball. The NL West has just been bringing it. They're all must-watch games whenever those top 3 teams play. It's awesome. Mookie Betts pinch hit in game 1, but otherwise sat the whole series, and an IL sentence possible. Luck's placed on the 10-day IL. Muncy will be placed on paternity leave and miss this weekend's series. Crawford placed on 10-day IL. And I believe that Gossman left on family leave or something of the sort. All right, moving on. The Padres went to Atlanta and split a 2-game set with the Braves. It was really a double header, the back end. They played game 1, game 2 got scrapped, so it was like a game and then a 7-inning game, so really like, ugh. Tatis had 3 hits with a home run. Kim had 3 RBIs. Freeman had 3 hits, including go-ahead home run in the 6th inning in game 1. And Tatis Jr. and Charlie Freeman waved to each other. How about that? The Cubs went to St. Louis, and the Cardinals beat them 3 times out of 4. Why would you try if you're the Cubs? Because everyone's already said that they don't care, and you're giving up, and you're selling. But I guess as a player, you got to try. The bad news is that Bryant exited game 2 with the right hamstring fatigue. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the trade market for him. Bader and Carlson had 7 hits each. Carlson had 6 extra base hits, including 2 home runs. Arenado had 2 home runs. So good for the Cardinals. They have a lot of interdivision games left. They have a lot against the Brew Crew. Get rolling, I guess. Here's a good start. And the Mets went to Cincy, and they took 2 out of 3. The first game went 11 innings. The Mets scored 5 in the 11th inning, including a 3-run homer by Pilar. In game 3, Stroman goes 8 shutout innings, real strong. Castellanos could miss a couple weeks with a wrist injury. DeGrom's got some updates, threw on flat ground Thursday. Alonzo Smith Conforto had 2 home runs each, and they just traded for Rich Hill. Marlins took on the Nationals. Wow. National starting pitchers had 18 shutout innings. 18 shutout innings for the Nats pitchers. Lester Espino? How do you say his name? And Niedert? I don't know. None of those guys are in my book besides Lester. Soto had 5 hits, 6 RBIs, 2 home runs. Bell had 2 home runs. Lester went 7 shutout innings. He also homered. Rojas had 4 hits, including a homer and a double. Alfaro had a go-ahead RBI double. Was that our friend that you saw at Yankee Stadium, Alex? Or was it not him?
No.
Okay. Pirates at D-backs, and the D-backs swept. Hell yeah. And that's all. That's it. Music's almost done, so I'm going to still talk until it ends because it's a natural cascade finishing, and everyone kind of, it really brings closure to the whole segment, and that's the NL recap. Great job by me and all the teams.
Good job, Jim.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Good job, Jim.
Thanks, Jake.
We gotta talk about the Dodgers-Giants series.
Can we all just go on record real quick? Swing or not a swing? 1, 2, 3.
Swing.
Swing. How does he not call that a swing? The Dodgers should have tied that series and won right there. I cannot believe.
Well, they also had a ground ball to the shortstop. They couldn't get the guy out. It was a force out at second base, and the guy beats it.
I know, but that was such a swing. Usually they go to the replays, and it's like, but they go to the replay, and you're like, what? The swing.
Yeah. Roberts got tossed immediately. But what a freaking series. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like Will Smith off Rogers, and then Kenley the night before last, bad outing. Last night, I don't think it was that bad of an outing. Like literally ended the game twice. Gets the ground ball to shortstop, throw the ball to the second baseman. He's out. Noisy. Say that the guy's Noisy. You kind of got to stretch for that ball a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw it. He just kind of like laid back on the base. There was no stretch whatsoever. I don't know if he like didn't see the guy get a big secondary or like the guy was busting it or what, but as a player when that happens, when you fuck that up, like it's probably going to be bad. Like that's the thought process that you have, like fuck. And then you get the blown call, and then Lamont coming over from the Twinkies and finishing it off. I mean, Gabe Kapler.
That's what I was going to say.
That's all I'm going to say, baby.
These Giants are coached different. This is in L.A., and I mean, like you guys are saying, yes, absolutely. I mean, the game could have ended there. We're talking about a split. And either way, I think that would have been a win for the Giants. But every game in this series, I mean, the game the Dodgers did win is the Will Smith pinch hit walk-off. Like, the Giants had their closer in Rogers. So this whole series was back and forth. And man, I don't know. Like, I think a lot of baseball fans keep expecting the Giants' bottom to fall out, and it just won't, man. 61-35, 3 games up on the Dodgers, 5.5 up on the Padres. And, man, I mean, 30-13 at home. How's that get you? So, I don't know, man. And a team, you don't hear a ton of Giants trade rumors. Interested to see what they do, and they also have help on the way. Longo, your boy, started some baseball activities. La Stella's rehabbing, so I mean, the Giants has their this is good. If we were Shock Jock Radio,
I can't believe how this ump missed this call.
Aren't we?
I am.
I was ripping up carpet, so I didn't see this. Even if he stretched Trev, I still think he might have been safe. It's a really bad.
Just saying, that's got to end the
really
game.
bad call by the ump.
It's tight.
But in the chat, they were talking about the pitches before on Ruff. Like he got a couple bad pitches called a strike to get him back in the count. So like, you can play that game too. I mean, just a horrible inning for the umpires.
Yeah.
Giants are the best team in baseball. 61-35, 635 winning percentage. Do they ever enter like World Series contenders? Like we've done the BBD playoff simulator a couple times. I don't think they've ever gotten there. When will people take them seriously if they enter the playoffs with the best record in baseball? Will we address them seriously?
Yeah, because their pitching's been so good. And that's what you got to have in the postseason. And it's not like they've been the only, like a bunch of teams beat down and they're the only healthy one. Like they've had their fair share of injuries too, and they weathered the storm. I keep saying the Dodgers are this shark in the water, and they're coming for the Giants. And this guy on my Twitter feed last night goes, "These Giants can swim pretty fast. Way ahead of the shark now."
I am a playoff snob. Like I fully believe the Giants will. Well, I'm not going to like totally collapse. They're going to be in the playoffs, and I think I'd bet them on the win of the division after this. Like, go 4 games in LA, and they've been leading the division. We're saying like they're not stopping, but I mean we've said the word battle tested so many times that it's kind of becoming like dumb to continue to say it. But I do believe, and if you look at the last winners of the World Series, there are teams that were in the playoffs the year before and got bounced. I think even if you go back to the Cubs lost to the Mets in like a really hard-fought series. And then the Astros, I think the 17 Astros are the first example that they just went through the whole way. But the Red Sox lost before. The Dodgers obviously lost a bunch before. The Nationals lost before. The year before. All that. The Giants, this would be like this club's like first run through the gambit. So,
well, you got some battle tested guys in there. You still got the core from those championships. You got Longo, who's battle tested. You got a lot of guys that have been through it. And I want to say battle tested one more time. Battle tested Giants. If you go on the detailed standings page, there isn't a category where they're under 500.
No, they're really good.
Home, East, Central, West. The only one they're 500 on is extra innings, and they're 5-5 in that. Everything else they're above 500, including teams that have a above 500 winning percentage. They're 22-19 there, and they crush the other guys, 39-16, with a below 500 winning percentage.
It's so funny that like a lot of the Giants starters have had some postseason action, but like Gossman and Wood, it's as relievers. It's like backwards. Disco's got a lot of playoff time.
And
that's not even like Giants fans. That's not like a personal attack on you. I would say that about any team. I've said at the start of the season. You're very good.
Dodgers are playing formerly My Rocks this weekend, and then they head to the Bay for 4. So we're gonna have a quick update on this, and Dodgers get 3 out of 4, and we'll change our whole tone. So
Dodgers need to get healthy.
Schedule snobs.
They need Seager back.
Dodgers should trade for a jock. Is that what someone said in the chat? They said the Giants. Giants trading for him.
That would be awesome. He's from up there.
Do it.
He's a Bay boy.
Trade him again, Braves. Let's talk about it.
What other you want to talk about? The Mets win, and now they got Rich Hill coming.
Mets, man, the Rich Hill trade, good for them. Veteran arm. Might hear some talk about that in a little bit. But and hey, we did it for a little while there. We said the Mets lineup, didn't look like the Mets lineup. They had a lot of guys filling in. Billy McKinney, who I think they actually just traded him away as well.
To the Dodgers.
But the Mets lineup right now, let me read it, because this is what it started the year at, and it hasn't been for a while. Nimmo, Alonso, McNeil, Smith, Davis, Conforto, McCann, and then and that's with Lindor out. So right now they've got Guillorme, they've got VR, they've got Pilar on the bench. So, like, they're starting to get healthy, and you only need to be so healthy, too, if guys like Stroh does what he does in his last start. So, these Mets continue. It's will the Chris Bryant trade happen that Passan mentioned on here, or is it something else nuclear?
Yeah, the Mets have just been.
And the rest of their division is kind of buggy.
Their offense since the break is really good.
They switched the flip.
You know how many home runs they've hit?
14.
Since the break, is that it?
I don't know, I guessed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players have hit a home run since the break. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 home runs total. That's pretty good. In like 9 days or whatever it's been. Good job, the Mets. And then Stroman now is released. Obviously deals. More on that later, maybe.
Ooh, wow. Teaser.
On the flip side, the Reds. Tough start. Before the break, the Reds were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They were 9-2 in their 11 games leading up to the All-Star break. They come out the gates and they have lost 5 and won 1.
NL playoffs are wrapped up besides the NL East.
Ooh.
And it's looking more and more like that's wrapped
up, dude.
It's looking more and more like it's wrapped up. Unless the Braves or the I don't know, man. No. Braves are in Philly right now, going to the Mets. They'd have to do something crazy in those games to get back in this race. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
Cardinals win 3 out of 4. Kind of wish it mattered more, but you got to win a lot more 3 out of 4s to get in a discussion.
Yeah, because there's no wild card for the Central East. It's back to 1993 for those teams. They got to win the division.
Yep. Yeah.
Crazy.
Wouldn't it be wild if it was Dodgers Padres in the wild card game? I mean, what a fucking game that would be. Who do you go?
That's the good news for the East and Central Division winners.
Right?
One of the better teams is going to get knocked out before you have to play them.
I don't want to go too long on this, but I want to ask you guys, if you could set up the pitching, like if you could set it up, pitch your A guy, and you're the Dodgers and the Padres, like who's 1-1 there?
I don't know. I'd ask fans. I am not in tune enough with either team to.
Is it Darvish Kershaw?
You got Kershaw and Bueller. I mean, and I think Dodger fans can do that conversation all day. I feel like they'd go Walker just because his playoff resume is as pristine as one can be at his age. And then, it's got to be Darvish, right?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Hot hand.
Hot soup.
Hot cheese soup.
Or maybe
That's just such a fun scenario to think
maybe
about.
the Padres, they do what they did last year when they were just out of starting pitchers. So they just go 1 inning, new guy, every inning, season on the line.
Bueller has started over Kershaw in recent playoffs, so it could be that. Is it a 1-gamer again this year? Or are we doing a 3-game?
No, 1 game.
It's a 1 game, right? That's right. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of
Jazzed up about it?
A little torqued.
You going to fly out
Got
here,
some
sit on the
feelings,
recliner
man.
with us and watch them?
You guys want to fly out here for the game?
We don't got a lot of tech. For the game? No, not a wild card game. It's not really beneficial to what we do.
Say it's us 4 in the hospital. Katie's letting it rip.
No, I'll be good by then. The baby would have to be real early.
Okay.
That fucker. Stay in.
Stay in there.
Stay in.
Get big in there.
Take your time.
Beef up. Get in the
It's
gym.
big. It's 52 percentile right now.
Woo.
Yeah.
Hey, what's his name going to be?
James Douglas.
Gerald?
No. You heard wrong.
You heard wrong.
You heard what I said wrong.
If it's a girl, it's Geraldine. That's probably what you're thinking.
Wait,
of.
you already named it JD?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to call it
James
JD. Also could go JJ for James Jr. But Katie's family, like her uncle is Doug. His dad is James. His dad was Doug. His dad was James. His dad was Doug. So James and Doug are her family name. And then I'm not against keeping Jimmy alive because it's a dying name and I like the name Jimmy. So
No research.
James Douglas.
Names are
You're
cyclical.
biased.
If it's a girl, it's your wife's name. No. Yes, your wife's name.
Love that.
Yeah. Which I didn't know
You
is
guys don't
I
know
did
yet?
not know that that's the number one name for girls' baby names ever. Or not ever, right now. For the last 10 years. Especially
wow.
last 3.
It's on a big run.
I didn't know. It didn't change our opinion at all. We were like, do we care about that? And I was like, no. Because she's wanted that for a girl forever. So
Ever.
Olivia.
I don't know many Olivias.
Well, they're all little kids, I guess.
Young.
Olivia Ray
They're all
O'Brien.
like my
Olivia
age or
Ray
younger.
O'Brien. RAE for her grandma. Those are the names.
All right.
Yeah. Let's do the American League. Is anyone going to be mad at us? Marlins Nationals
D-backs are hot.
and D-backs Pirates. We're getting to the stage
Thanks.
where some teams don't get that much, and then the individual players get love in the second half of the show, but the top half of the show they kind of
Them
don't
broomsticks, snakes. Let's go.
Jake, are you ready?
Purple Lamborghini, vodka cop car. Yeah.
The American League? Are you sure?
Let's go, Jakey boy.
Now I don't know. Holy smokes. Let's head up to see the Jays play the Red Sox. Kind of important for the Jays. And the Red Sox hit them with a little 2-game sweep after we get a postponement. Blue Jays, how's your pitching? The starters, a 16.88 ERA. Luckily, the relievers held the Sox to a 7.11 ERA. How's that for convenience? Sox knocked it around the whole series. 11 homers, people, in 2 games. 11 homers in 2 games. George Springer, 4 hits and a homer. Kind of doesn't matter. Sox beat up on them. Astros beat up on the Cleveland baseball team. They take the first 2 games 4-3, 9-3. In the last game, the Cleveland team is able to guard the lead 5 5-4. Astros, we talk about them a lot on here. 4 different Astros have 5 hits. That's what they do. Altuve with 3 homers. Garcia, my guy, can't wait to see him in the playoffs. 6 shutty. Bieber resumes playing catch, so that's huge. Cleveland will become the Guardians. We'll talk about that a little bit. The Athletics play the Angels. Angels play a better team, so they lose. Swervin' Irvin versus Ohtani. What a show. Athletics win that 4-1. And then Athletics 6-0, so they pretty much shut down the LA offense the whole series. Brandon Marsh, big-time prospect for the Angels. He makes his debut. 4 hits in the series. Good for you, kid. Ohtani 1 for 7. Sad. Matt Olson, date my daughter with them 2 dingers this series. White Sox split a series with Trev's Twinkies. Come on, White Sox. They're dying. They literally traded away the king, Nelson Cruz. We'll talk about that. Moncada and Abreu, 6 hits in the 4 games. Polanco, Kepler, Garver, 2 homers each in this series. Yermin Mercedes with the retirement announcement, and then he's back and he's in uniform for Thursday, so that's one of those things in life. Kirilloff, 8 weeks of rehab after wrist surgery. Hate wrist surgery for ball players. They split, don't care. Rays take 2 out of 3 from the O's. Orioles took the first one. Watkins, he's actually been pitching pretty good for them. I see you, Orioles. Let's talk about it. Natty Bose. Don't care. Rays take the next 2, 9-3, 5-4. We talked about them earlier. Arozarena, the best ever. His numbers were getting to a scary part. He has a big series. Love that for him. And Rays have a bunch of relievers with shutout innings because, yeah, they're the Rays. Friend of the pod, Austin Meadows. Walk-off. Tigers sweep the Rangers in 4, people. Get on the Tigres train. Mize, Skubal, Manning, Alexander. Starting pitchers go 1.37 ERA, 2.2 in the bullpen. Tigers also slash 318, 9 homers, 17 extra base hit. These Tigers, AJ Hinch love coming later? We will see. Tigers 7-game win streak since the All-Star break. Longest win streak since 26 Beans. And that's what's going on in the American League.
Good job, Jake.
Danke.
How about the baseball?
Gesundheit.
Red Sox sweep the Blue Jays. Nice. They needed that after losing 2 of 3 to the Yankees last weekend. Luckily, yesterday's game isn't part of today's show.
Yeah.
Quit asking about it.
Quit asking.
Jeez.
This is we're in a time warp zone here. Doesn't matter. Yeah. It's a flat circle. Everybody knows that.
Extra didn't happen. Chad Green didn't get it.
Astros, they win.
Yep. And that's obvious. White Sox lead up to 9 games as Cleveland's kind of lost the battle a little bit. Red Sox and Rays are in a full-blown battle for the AL East right now, which that's fun, especially looks like the Rays are going to raise. Well, in a way they won't. The Nelson Cruz trade, how fun is that? That's a fun fit there. We talked about how big of a move the Rays would make. I love Nelly there. And yet the next day they trade Rich Hill, so Rays going to raise a little bit. And
can we talk about the Cruz trade for a little?
Let's do it.
So he slots in at DH.
Always.
Which
we think the Rays might do something crazy. What if they put him at first base?
He's got good splits.
Can he throw?
He's got good splits both ways. Yeah, can they put him at first base? What are they going to do? They're not going to do that.
No,
they don't need to, though.
41.
He takes naps.
I don't think he's put a glove on since before.
Does he own a glove, Trev? Does he own a glove?
Yeah, of course he does. And he's gonna look. They're trying to be in the World Series where he's gonna have to play defense.
I like that.
Okay.
So they'll probably get him in a few different games.
Meadows has been DHing a lot with Arozarena in left field and in right field, Lowe and the rookie. He's got a what's his
Phillips?
No, not Phillips.
Walls?
No, it's
Well, they've had a low-key injury bug this year. I mean, between Kiermaier, between Meadows, Lau can bounce out there.
The rookie has been in right field a decent amount lately. Vidal Brujan.
I think
so
they
I'm guessing
him back down.
Yeah, he's out, but so is Arozarena going to go to right, Meadows to left, and Cruz DH? Is it as simple as that?
I think so. They love outfield defense. That's why Brett Phillips is on the team. That's why Arozarena is in the corner. That's why Kevin Kiermaier's been a post there for a while. So they'll have a winning formation.
So who loses playing time?
They're the Rays.
Yeah.
Right.
What I'm saying,
everybody plays and everyone does well.
But Cruz can't race. He's going to be DH only.
And that's fine, though, because I think the stat that came out is I think they had the worst DH numbers in the AL this year.
It's been bad.
And Nelson Cruz with a 907 OPS, problem solved. So they'll do some rest days. And
Margot coming back.
Nelson will get in the mix, and they'll rest him when they have to. But
I'd guess all their big DH days were days like Randy or Meadows was there, rotating in.
Yeah.
They'll be good. Man.
I love the fit. Because they're going to find out ways to put up zeros. Like they're going to find the pitching. They'll figure that aspect of it out. What we saw like in the postseason last year was they needed to score runs.
And man,
Nelly Cruz is going to score you some runs.
Wander Franco, I know it's tough on a rookie. You're the number one prospect in the game. But so Brandon Lau is Brandon Lau. Like he's having another solid year. Solid ball player. Nelson Cruz is Nelson Cruz. You know what you're getting there. Austin Meadows, we love. He's having a nice year. Arguably was the best hitter on that team when he's right. Randy Arozarena, you know that story. We're still figuring out where the best ever actually lands. But I just named a lot of names. If Wander Franco figures it out, Joey Wendell's going to be knocking it around in that lineup. Zunino was the JM All-Star for a while. Like, the Rays almost have a full lineup now.
Yeah. Meadows was getting the most starts at DH this season, 48 games at DH. The next most is Randy at 18, and Randy's stats are good. So it was really just Meadows, and I think he's gotten hot of late, which is good. I still don't like the strategy the Rays have for the postseason because, as you see, relievers get gassed, and you need starters, and they just traded one of their only actual starter. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, they're going to get Glasnow back. And I like Yarby, but
the Rays they're gonna find somebody. They're not done.
But they don't believe in starters, and I still think the postseason is a starter festival. Teams that have extra starters and move them to the pen do better than teams that are full bullpen and try to use 6 guys every game. So, but they're trying to break that. They believe in the relievers.
Interested to see what they have up their sleeve. Trev, you said it. The Rays see innings. And that could be part of the reason they got rid of Rich Hill. Like, they had a formula for how many innings they were going to need. And I do think there's people in their upper management that know the value of getting those first 5 innings, but also they can get that from random guys. That's why getting rid of Snell doesn't hurt them like it hurts a normal team. Same with the Salt Man, Charlie Morton. So, Ray's gone Ray.
I think it will. I'm interested to see postseason. Because I think getting rid of 2 bona fide starters and now a third will maybe hurt them. Because their best relievers were totally gassed last year. Off days are going to help.
You guys want to play the Nelly Cruz career earnings game? I actually asked C. Rose this morning, so I know it off the top of my head.
115.
He's
been around.
I like that guess. Yeah, maybe DHs, they stopped getting paid a little bit. He had some huge years, short contracts. I like that. I'll go 125. I'll bump it a little.
Nice. 124.
I led you there.
And, yeah, you did. And he didn't make over $1 million in the big leagues until he was 30 years old. And then he's been obviously very good. 124.
124.
Here's the thing. We talked about the Cruz trade. Tommy Hunter comes to the Rays. Talk about innings. Okay. They know what they've already had Tommy on the team. He's had 8 innings pitched, only in 4 appearances, though. He's gone 2 innings each appearance. They know they can get multiple innings out of him. This is how they get around having a starter. They have guys that can do 2 innings. They're gonna have him in there, middle of the game, eating up innings. And that's just what they do.
And in
they're psychos, man.
The series notes there. I mean, Castillo, McHugh, Rasmussen, and Whistler. When you talk about all the best relievers in the game, they all have 2 shutout innings in relief. So yeah, they're trying to write a new formula. We'll see if it works.
Has Hunter been hurt?
He's hurt.
Is what
he was. He's back now, isn't he?
He's on the 60-day IL still.
Oh, when was it? When did he pitch the innings? I just looked up his game
May.
log. I thought that was.
He had 4 in May.
Okay.
And that's,
never mind.
Yankee fans have been hypnotized by the Rays for years. There's a AA player coming over. I expect game-winning hits from them.
Oh, you're so right.
Right. What's you guys seeing?
Oh, Hunter's not going to pitch again this season. It's just a salary dump.
Is it a salary thing? Okay. Interesting. Then I shut up, Trev. 2 innings pitch is not going to happen.
Hunter's presumably included in the deal largely as a salary dump. He's been out with back pain since last May, with the reports from earlier this week indicating he may not pitch again this season.
Hit him up,
so that's from CBSSports.com. So the Rays are trading for a pitcher in a couple days. They are
innings. So they'll get some fresh from the outside. They'll get some fresh from the minors.
They're going to make another move, for sure.
In my head, this is what's going down. Tommy and Cash, funny relationship, back and forth a lot of crap talk. Because Cash is not your typical manager. Like, he likes to get in the shit. He'll talk crap to you. I never talk crap to him because I'm a gentleman, but people would. I have this going down in my head as, hey, Tommy, it's Cash. We just traded for you, but stay home. Don't come to the field.
Yeah. We know you're hurt. We didn't care. Bye.
Stay home. See you later. You don't get a ring.
Wow. Cash. Come on, Cash.
But he would get a ring, right?
Be cool about it.
How does that work?
I don't know. I would ask you, but you never got a ring.
Never got a ring.
Well, Team Giggles, we all got rings. I got mine right here. Yep. Literally, I have mine right here.
You brought that home from Yankee Stadium yesterday.
And they gave it to me for winning.
Nope.
They said split this with Trev and BBD.
Theo brought us a bag of candy.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's
I like that
2
guy.
sides to every story. 3, actually.
Okay. What else we got, guys?
The Tigers are really hot. They're winning a lot.
Ooh.
Talk about them later. Gibby had a tough start.
Ooh,
tough start.
I think
he gave 8 earnies, yeah.
Are his bags packed? Like, if you send him a text now, like, hey, you packed it? Where are you looking at flights, Kyle?
He was pissed at me because on this show I said Kyle's, probably not a sub-2 pitcher because not many people are. He was right at the 2 ERA. And I just said, that's kind of, sub-2 is tough. Like, how many people
did this.
go
We
sub-2
checked, and there was only 3 in the last 20 years in the AL.
He texted me and was not happy. Yeah. I said, bro, we support you. Just saying.
I hate when you're tough on the players, Trev. It's kind of messed up.
They come at me.
Dude, I see why you get off for Slump Watch now. You can't have your face associated with that segment. These guys come after you.
They get mad at me.
After his start on July 2nd at Seattle, his ERA dropped to 1.98. So that was probably when you said it.
Man.
I love Gibby so much. Ran into a buzzsaw this Tigers. More about them later.
Back-to-back starts against the Tigers, and they kind of got them.
I think we should talk about more of them later.
Yeah, let's talk about the Tigers a little bit more later. The Guardians. You know what we're in? We're in full-blown trivia mode. Who was the last Indian to hit a home run? Who was the last Indian to throw a complete game?
I saw Franmil Reyes play for the Indians.
They changed their name to the Guardians. It's the same exact logo. They just changed it from IN to GUAR. Dians. With the underline. Same exact thing. Same color scheme. They took the Cleveland C. They put a line on the end to make it a G, and they put wings on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pretty lame stream media.
Trev, wasn't there an
I'm
S
not
word
hot
you were
on
calling
it.
Me?
I'm not hot on it either way. But if you're gonna change the name, change the fucking name and the logo and rebrand. is what I would say. Like the same exact font with the same exact IANS. Like, I honestly think it's to cut costs, and on billboards, they're just going to redo the left side and not the right side.
You think so?
Dude, I think
he thinks there's a genuine discussion.
I think there was like Guardians was up against another name, and a dude in the pitch room was like, someone tweeted it. I retweeted this tweet because he had the quote, like a fake quote from the pitch room that I would bet was actually said. It's this comes from Baorao, Baorao. He responded in my tweet. He said, if we use the same font and go with Guardians, we can go with the signage modification plan I've outlined in Appendix B rather than the signage replacement plan in A. All told, that should save us around $200K. And I fully think that's a possibility.
I like BBD's take on it. You want to give your take on it, BBD?
Yeah, and you got to ease people into the new name. It still ends in Dians. You keep the same color scheme, same font. In like 4 years, they do the full rebranding. And
I agree that they may think that. I disagree with that philosophy. I'm a jump in. I don't walk into the ocean or pools.
I agree. Fully change if you're going to change. But it's been such a hot topic that are they going to change the name for a while? They can ease people, and I understand why they made this decision, and I believe that's like why they did it.
Rod Carew has spoken.
What'd he say?
You want to know what Rod Carew has said about this name?
Someone just said it's not the same font, but it's basically the same fucking font.
Easier fonts.
He did crying, laughing emoji, and then typed out Cleveland Guardians. So he's laughing at them.
Rod Carew with all that classic Rod Carew Twitter shit talk. It's soft.
It's not that bad. Look, let's talk about it. It's not that bad of a name. It could have been worse.
That bad.
It could have been worse.
They
needed to make the name change.
You know what sucks? This is the exact response they want. Us saying like,
put that on the screen.
I don't hate it. I don't love it. It exists. And that's genuinely the reaction they wanted. The spiders thing, one of the logos I really liked was you can make. Someone had it on the internet.
Really dance.
A badass spider that comes off of the same sea, because for some reason they value the history so much, even though we're changing the name because the history is a disaster. But yeah, it's fine, cool. It would have been cool if they did something unique and got people a little more jazzed up, but that could have ruffled someone's feathers. Trevor Plouffe wearing the jersey.
Oh, here.
Oh, no. Now it's on my little head.
Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping, like BBD said, this is a wean thing. They're trying to wean off that Indians name, keeping the color scheme, all that. I hope in like 2 years we get a full rebrand, new colors, new logo, everything. Because you could have fun with Guardians. And for people that don't know, and I didn't really know this, but there's like a couple of these big statues on this bridge in Cleveland, and they're the Guardians, and they guard the East and the West. Is that what you said, Jake? So there is some thought behind it.
Kind of sounds like some Lord of the Rings stuff there, Trevor.
They kind of look like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones-ish monuments. So there is that. I'm hoping for the rebrand in 2 years.
Okay.
Because this is soft. This is soft. Like, go for it, guys. I think Cleveland fans want that too. If you're going to change the name, just rebrand. Let's go. Give me some cool colors. Put some gold in there.
Guardians.
The Guardians.
How do you chant it?
We were talking about that. I think we go. What did I say?
You were saying, let's go Guards.
Here we go, Guards. Here we go.
Let's go Guards.
That's lamer.
Let's go Guards. That's the only way.
It'd be funny if you went to a basketball game and you just chanted out the positions, like not rooting for either team, just rooting for both centers.
I love the power forwards.
Yeah, here we go, centers. Here we go, and just the two tall dudes that are next to each other, boxing each other out, just like look at each other and they're like, "This is they're cheering for both of us."
They like what we're doing.
This is awesome.
They like what we're about. Do that at baseball too.
Rooting for a pitcher's duel.
And a reminder, Oakland A's fans, you're gonna hate me the rest of the year because you're the only potential like wild playoff race at this point. They've won 3 in a row. The Rays ahead of them in the wild card have won 3 in a row. New York, Seattle, and the Toronto Blue Jays are 4.5, and 5 games back. That's like the only chaos we could have lined up across this baseball season, and we root for chaos.
Yes. Yeah, it's lining up like not a lot of chaos, and I need to ramp up the chaos. So, Trav, can you tell us about the IL?
Ooh.
I can.
Trav, can you tell us a little bit about what happened in the International League Series?
Okay, these games happened a month ago, but let's talk about them, baby. We'll start off with the Yankees hosting the Phils. The Yankees sweep 6-4 Yankees game 1, 6-5 Yankees in 10 in game 2. The Yankees in game 1 hit homers in the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th because the Phillies bullpen is absolutely brutal. Yankee starters go pitch to a 4.5 ERA in the 2 games. Bullpen was pretty good. You know the Phillies bullpen was bad. They pitched to a 7 ERA. Game 2, 3 in the 7 for the Yanks. They thought they were going to take it down. 3 in the 7 for the Yanks, then 3 in the 8th for the Phils before our guy Ryan LaMarre walks it off in the 10th. What game did Kutch hit the homer off Chapman? Was that game 1?
Game 1.
Had to note that people in Yankeeville were saying Kutch's homer off Chapman fixed Chapman. That's a spin zone for you. So Yankees sweep, good for them. It did fix them. See, that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
not a spin zone. It did.
Hey, let him go.
Yankees sweep the Phils in the 2-game set. Let's go, baby. Moving on, the Brew Crew hosting the Royals, and the Royals come into town and wax that ass. 5-2 Royals, 6-3 Royals. There was a bunch of sus defense for Milwaukee, and they did not hit, which leads me to think they are going to get a freaking bat soon. Minor goes 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run in game 1, and the bullpen finishes the game off clean for them. Scott Barlow and Kyle Zimmer, part of that bullpen, each pitch a shutout inning in both of the games. That's how you get it done. Garcia's the only Brewer with 3 hits. Like I said, they did not show up with the bats. The Brewers are hopeful that Williams can return from the IL. When eligible, the Royals sweep the Brew Crew in 2. And last but not least, Jake's Rocks hosting the Mariners. They get the split. 6-4 Mariners game 1. Shagwa and Graveman do it. Kendall got his ERA down to a 0.9 there at the end of the game. 6-3 Rockies in game 2. That was Gomber versus Middleton. Blackman had 3 hits with a triple and an RBI. And Connor Joe, congrats on your first career homer. Kyle Seager, 3 hits with a homer and a double. Haniger, Moore, and Torrance also hit homers for the Mariners. The Rockies scored 5 in the first inning of game 2, including Dom Nunez's 3-run double. And now we have to talk about another debut. Darren McCoggan goes 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run out of the bullpen for Seattle in game 2. Rockies, Mariners split. And that is what happened in the IL. McCoggan.
Whenever you get IL, Trev, you have like multiple teams.
Good Irish name.
McCoggan. I like the Yanks-Phillies series. That was a lot of fun to watch. Sorry to Ryan LaMarre, because apparently I said he's not going to lose you any games, not going to win you any games. Well, he freaking won a game for the Yankees, so I apologize to my good friend Ryan LaMarre.
He had the go-ahead hit.
We did a deep dive, so we know a lot about him.
We know a lot about him.
Talk about Chapman being fixed.
Better high school athlete than you, Trev, Ryan LaMarre. In your
for sure. Yeah, I only played 1
sport
in high school.
12 varsity letters for
12 varsity letters.
Wasn't a better baseball player than me.
Yeah, but he was 4-year varsity hockey, 4-year varsity football.
Maybe you should have spent a little more time playing baseball.
2-time state champion in football.
If I grew up in the Midwest, I would have been, 4-year varsity starter everywhere.
Fucking fair.
California guys.
That's good point, Trev.
Boom, roasted Ryan LaMarre. Good walk-off hit. Walk-off hit. We'll get him on.
No, he's a stud, and he ripped his jersey off. Nice spot.
Dude.
Nice.
I sent him a bunch of combs, Trev.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
How do you know that? Oh, you were in the chat. Do you think he'll use them? Did you get random stuff sent to you?
I think you'll find it
Did you get random stuff sent to you as a player?
Sure, and like usually you just like don't even open it because it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But if he sees it's from you, did you like label it JOMBOY?
No, I just sent it from Amazon to Ryan Lamar.
Mm.
And I think some other Talkin' Yanks listeners also did it. So I asked everyone to do it. It's $10, just a bunch of switchblade combs because he looks like such a greaser. Hilarious if he comes back from the road trip and his locker is filled with switchblade.
He's a perfect greaser.
I mean, if he doesn't roll a cigarette up in his sleeve, he's just not being true to himself.
God, Jake is such a soch. What a
Trevor.
loser.
I know we're not clicking 100 right now. We're gonna need like a tipsy FaceTime tonight when you're.
What did you just call him, a soch?
Can we not say that
the other,
on the air?
It's the other group in the book. You never read the book?
So, I mean,
are you a soch?
Jimmy.
Yes. He's soft.
I don't have anything. I've got grease.
Rich parents?
That grease. My folks split up. They both work for the state. Oh, fart snuck up on me. Yanks.
Wait, hold on. Please tell me how the Kutch Homer.
Yeah, I'm worried about.
It's been all around.
I'm worried about that.
Oh, so Chapman, we know because Joe's is talks with him, and I hate to kind of take Joe's info, so I always feel bad about that. But Chapman told Joe's like, I need to work on my mechanics with my fastball to get confident in it again. And he like didn't want to pitch in the All-Star game. He wanted like a lot of time to work on his mechanics. He came back, and that Kutch homer was actually a good fastball that he threw, and Kutch just beat him to the spot, and it was a great swing. It wasn't like, and I'm not trying to discredit these guys because they took advantage of the slider, but he was getting beat on his slider because he had no confidence in his fastball. He couldn't throw it for a strike, and he was throwing his slider in too many counts, and Walsh and Alonso got him on the slider. So when Kutch hit that homer, you could see it. I posted it. You could see him go like, fuck that. That was a good pitch. And then he just reared back, went into like crazy Chapman mode, and just threw 6 more fastballs instead of getting gun shy and going back to the slider. And those 6 fastballs were awesome.
Pitching.
So it didn't like fix him. I think he was fixed beforehand, but I think it was like, in my brain, I saw his reaction to it as, oh, this dude's got his confidence back again. Because earlier in the year, he gives up a home run on his fastball. He doesn't throw it a little bit. And he goes slider heavy. And he was like, no, fuck that. I have confidence in this. And he just went fastball.
I'm not denying that because if all it takes is a moment, you feel something. Doesn't matter if it's a good result or a bad result. If you're at the plate and you take a bad swing, but maybe you see the ball a little bit differently, you're picking it up earlier, and like, oh, that's what I have to do. I have to fucking pick the ball up earlier. It could turn into something. So I see that. And he pitched the next day, right? Clean inning, or was that last night he pitched a clean inning?
He followed it up.
The next day
was a clean inning.
Yeah, deep shot. Then he gave up a hitter, a walk, picked that guy off, picked off Reese, and then struck out Brad Miller. All your buddies.
Oof.
Backyard Brad had a tough go in right field at Yankee Stadium. I saw that.
Backdoor BBD. Yeah, Yanks were a lot of fun to watch. I mean, it felt like a different guy was contributing, whether it's Ryan Lamar, Greg Allen, a couple of the guys filling in. Fun, tough at bats. Rob Brantley, the journeyman catcher, got his first MLB start at first. First start at first base. In one of these games. And Phillies, like, okay, so this was super Yankee heavy. These games mattered to the Phillies, man. We were excited. They were 2 games above 500. We're talking about, can anyone hunt down the Mets? Now they're back under 500. That bullpen is rough, man. There is not... We love Archie Bradley, Chris Rose rotation ad. There's nobody coming out of there right now that you're just like, we're about to have a tough inning. Like, we're about, like, if we get a base runner, we're lucky. Like, right now, everyone that comes out of the Phil's pen, you're like, let's get it going.
Except our dude Ranger Suarez, who I was trying to tell everyone about.
I think he gave up the walk-off.
Love Ranger
Well,
Suarez,
I mean, the walk-off is, it was an extra innings bunt and sack fly fest. So it doesn't really.
Wasn't it? I thought it was the first game. Good job, Ranger Suarez.
I was on JP Crawford watch for
Always.
the Mariners Rocky series. He went 1 for 9.
Suarez was the Lamar thing.
Yeah.
So it's not really his fault. It's a bunt and a sack fly.
You're not scared of Ranger Suarez.
He's been good.
I know, and you said nice things about him accidentally a couple months ago, but Ranger Suarez doesn't scare you when he comes out of the bullpen.
Don't discredit me. That wasn't accidentally.
Okay.
Ranger was a
he hadn't give up a single run, and I said, "Do you guys want to talk about this? They're not using him." And you said no. It wasn't a joke.
Okay.
And now he's their closer. I was early to it.
All right. You get all the Ranger Suarez points going forward.
I just need him now, and I'm good now.
Oh, you get them all going forward. He's your guy.
He's been really good. Got a 1.18 ERA in 24 appearances.
Huge.
Yeah. What else? Mariners, Rockies, 2 island teams playing each other.
Trev Freeze? Okay. I thought he was just being super stoic and he was about to talk and then stopped. So that makes sense now.
It'd be so cool if he wasn't frozen. He's just
he looked so intent. It was perfect.
Oh, there he is, robot.
Oh. Rockies Mariners, obviously not going to talk about that. Good for the kid making his debut, McConaughey. The Mariners in athletics. McCagan. They're playing 4 this weekend. And in Mariners world, that's the biggest series they've had in a long time.
Who are they playing?
The Athletics.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do the pitching matchups line up nice?
Could be cool. It could be a realization.
Yeah, I mean, I like the A's, but I just want chaos. I just want...
Right.
Ooh, Kikuchi versus Montes. Gilbert versus Bassett. Swervin versus Marco. That is fun. That's a fun series.
It's a fun series.
Yeah.
Excited for
And Royals beat the Brewers, and the Brew Crew, it doesn't even matter because the Reds also lost. So, whatever. Make some trades. Trev,
we miss you.
Okay, well, Trevor can skip this segment because it is Friday, so we do have the BBD simulation playoff
Holy smokes.
matchup. So, nothing changed that much. BBD, are you ready?
Yep, just sent Trevor a new link, so he should be able to join whenever. I don't know if it's a problem on his end, but
I saw people debating in the comments about the simulation about whether it's you just making the decision on your own or if you're running through a program. There was 2 people, and I'm going to let that linger, so don't give it away. All right, here we go. Wild card in the AL right now. The A's are coming east to play in the Trop. Rays versus A's.
Rays.
Wow. Okay, that sets up a nice division series where you have Dusty Baker's Astros versus Tony La Russa's White Sox. For those that don't know, those 2 guys are old school managers that got beef. They don't like each other.
Old.
Astros versus White Sox. Who's winning?
White Sox.
Wow.
Ooh, good for them.
That's huge. Okay, Red Sox versus Rays in the DS.
Rays.
Wow. Okay. In the NL, the wild card is the Dodgers hosting the Padres.
Padres.
Wow. The Mets would be playing the Brewers in the DS.
Mets.
Okay.
Jeez.
And the Giants are playing the Padres in the DS.
Giants.
Okay. Mets versus Giants in the CS.
Mets.
Wow. White Sox versus Rays in the CS.
Rays.
Mets, Rays, World Series. I'd love it because that means I could kind of be around for the Mets games while Katie's very pregnant. Okay, Mets versus Rays in the World Series. They just made a trade today. Does Rich Hill help the Mets beat the Rays?
Oh, Rays.
Wow. The Tampa Bay Rays are your July 3rd simulation winners. That's their first simulation win. We had the White Sox, and we had Astros, now we have Rays. It seems like you like the American League.
That's tough.
It's a simulator.
Yeah, you are. Seems like the simulator likes the American League a lot.
They have a DH bias.
Yeah.
They have an extra guy. It's like a hitter.
Cruz. They made moves.
Rich Hill.
They made 2 trades.
Shoving it back.
And the Mets are going to be the team playing the most meaningful games down the stretch.
I mean,
Rays are too.
Nelson Cruz.
I think that's how that
obviously
happened.
hits a home run off of Rich Hill, and it's the most Rays moment ever.
Yes.
Update from Trev. I couldn't find the passing button. The internet in his studio went out, so he's resetting his internet. It wasn't us, which is huge.
That's huge.
Nice. Normal Dog in the chat said it's July 23rd, Jimmy.
You said July 3rd.
You said July 3rd, which is such a fair mistake to make.
Well,
because it's the last number.
I wrote down July 23rd, and that's all that matters.
And is it the third time in July we've done this?
No one listens to this. They just read your sheet.
That made me laugh because it's the opposite of what happens. Everyone listens, and I'm the only one that's ever said.
Trevor's away.
I'm the only one that's ever set eyes on the sheet.
When do you think he pops in the chat?
Well, he needs internet to do that.
Cell phone service. You could go on YouTube chat.
He doesn't have service in this shed.
Not in the shed.
That's where he is.
But is the internet? I don't think the internet box is in the shed. I think it's in the house.
So he's gonna go in his house.
I think
and
so.
Pop on the YouTube machine.
I'm assuming he pops in the chat.
All right, let's go to the second half of the show, which is brought to you by Manscaped, and that's probably where Trev went. Go trim up his pubes for the second half.
Got an extra minute.
Get him feeling better. The world is starting to open. This is, wow. I think that's... The brand new Lawnmower 4.0 is here to take the podium. This 4th generation trimmer, cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents, thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. So frustrating if someone talked like that in real life. 7,000 RPM motor. Wow. Can you tell when you do it, when you use it? Sometimes are you like, this isn't fully charged?
I try to count.
I
try to count the...
Keeps you busy. Where are you usually doing it at?
Where do I trim my pubic hairs?
You stand over the toilet bowl?
I stand over the toilet.
I think that's the most common.
Sometimes you hop into the shower.
Do you hear BBD's brushing his teeth in the shower now?
Dude, I do that sometimes when I'm running real late. It's a game changer. I didn't start doing that till like a year ago.
It's every day.
I don't do it every day, but
my morning brush is in the shower. I finally had to come clean about that today.
Want to hear the weirdest thing?
I understand you got situation going on, but
want to hear the weirdest thing, BBD?
Sure.
My good friend, I'm not gonna name him, and his whole family.
Named.
They all share toothbrushes. They all brush their teeth in the morning. They put their toothbrush in the dishwasher where the silverware goes. They clean their toothbrushes, and then they just put them back in a communal cup after the dishwasher run in the morning, and then they just grab one, brush their teeth, dishwasher. They have no idea it's not normal.
So they have, if there's 4 of them, they have like 4 toothbrushes.
5. There's 5 of them.
So there are 5 toothbrushes, and they all get dishwashed every day.
Every day.
They treat them like a spoon.
It's very not normal, but
they treat them like a spoon.
They treat them like a spoon.
They treat them like a spoon.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how different your world can be with Manscaped.
Yes. They all use the same Manscaped as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they actually stand hip to hip and just pass it down the line. Mom, dad, brother.
Yeah. Well, they have the cousins come over and just do the line.
Put in the dog's mouth and have them run past. All right. So get $20 off plus free shipping with code Talkin at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with code Talkin at manscaped.com. Achieve pubic glory this year with Manscaped. Talkin. Trev's still gone?
No internet. It's going to be running hot.
Ethan Roberts, not a Jimmy lie. That's an honest thing. The dog shaving all their pubes as they stood hip to hip was the lie.
There were fibs that worked their way in, but
Toothbrush
the initial topic was
toothbrush things.
Very serious.
Real. All right, I guess we're moving on without Trev.
Yeah.
Time to go to Standout Performances.
Standout Performances.
I'm taking Marcus Stroman. Mets are light on pitching. Marcus Stroman has been there all year for them. He leads the league in games started. Jake told me that today. He goes 8 innings pitched against the Reds, 0 earned runs, 0 runs, only 1 hit. Wow. Drops his ERA to 2.59 on the season. I believe that's his best start of the season. It is. I just checked. Hey, Stroman's pitched in 5 doubleheaders this year. I wonder if he leads the league in doubleheader starts as well.
Mets had their makeup games.
Yeah, but Marcus Stroman, man. I mean, the Reds have some offense, and he just shut them down. Is Trev in the chat?
No, but just Ben in the chat just said, "Are all the toothbrushes the same color?" It's very easy to keep track of whose is whose. Just get different colors. It got me.
They don't care, I don't think.
They don't care.
Me and our roommate,
I guess they are washed every day.
Me and our roommate used the same toothbrush in college, me and Justin, for a while.
Oh.
We didn't know.
Was that you didn't know we were both?
We didn't know. Yeah. I was like, dude, why don't you ever, like, why is your toothbrush not used? And he was like, that's not mine. And I was like, I'm the blue one.
Stroman.
Yeah.
Interesting baseball savant. His chase rate is pretty high, 86th percentile, and he doesn't walk people, and he avoids barrels. Some of the other stuff, not over the top impressive, but man, this is exciting. He's been huge for the Mets this year, him and Taijuan Walker. And by the way, Marcus Stroman bet on himself, the 1-year qualifying offer. So, man, if he keeps this up and heads into free agency at age 30, excited for him. Any athlete that bets on themselves, I'm here for that. And how about a short king? Savant has him at 5'7", $180.
Nice.
My man.
Mets gave him a nice lead to work with, too. He gave the one hit was to, do you want to know who it was to? Aristides Aquino. And it was a solid hit. It was a nice hit, so not like I was wondering if it was a little bloop or something like that, but no, it was a nice base hit.
A little bloop.
Nice single, cut off by the left fielder, throws into second, keeps him at first. Good job, Marcus Stroman. Nice outing.
Good word, Jim.
Thanks, Jake.
I will go next. Trevor Plouffe is missing. If you see him,
is he texting us?
Let us know where he is. I was going to go next anyways, so it kind of works out. Jim, I'm going with the old bull. I am going with John Lester. Old man John. 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 7 Ks. So that's a really nice start, right? Johnny L's dishing it. 2 hits and a homer. He is the oldest pitcher to hit a homer since the Bartolo homer. The Bartolo homer you see on replay every time. So, we forget. I mean, John Lester's 37 years old, not a hitter, and he clips one. So good for him. And what kind of pushed me over the top, two-way performance, Shohei. There's been a lot of talk about Scherzer and will he go, blah, blah, blah. I don't think Lester has any no trade or anything. He signed a 1-year, $5 million. So he's not great this year. Let's be honest. He's got a 4.99 ERA. He hasn't been the same pitcher in a while. But like we said with the Tampa Bay Rays, but kind of the opposite, every team is going to need innings. And John Lester is literally old reliable. He is the modern era most reliable starting pitcher we've seen. I wouldn't be shocked if he's on the move. And, I don't know if it changes your staff's outlook, but you could be getting an important 5 innings every 5th day, which literally every team in baseball is looking for at around $2 million the rest of the way. So Johnny Lester could be on your team soon.
Maybe. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 starts that, according to me, are serviceable, good starts out of 15. So not great.
About half.
Not great.
About half. He's finding it.
Yeah.
He's finding it.
Yeah. Good for John Lester. How many home runs has he hit in his career? Do you know? Have you pulled it up?
I feel like he did have one. I remember seeing that tweet. Is this his 3rd?
This is his 4th. He clipped Patrick Corbin. He clipped Lance Lynn. He clipped Chris Stratton. And now David Hess.
Oh, you can't do that. He's in a rotation with Corbin.
Yeah.
That's a very big miss by a general manager. You can't have two of your starting pitchers and one of them's clipped the other one, because that's every day.
Mm-hmm.
That comes up every day.
It better.
That explains some of the Corbin stuff. That's a big miss.
Oh, Corbin's confidence just shot. Every time he looks at Lester, he remembers the home run he gave up.
He goes to the ballpark knowing, here we go.
That guy hit a home run off me.
Team meeting. Is it going to be in the locker room? Is it going to be in the 7th inning? Is it going to be both? Like Lester hits the homer. What do you think the first thing he's doing in the dugout? Yeah, he knows.
Man, let's take a look at the homer. I have it right here.
And here's the pitch. Kicks and fires.
Deep left center for John Lester. He's got it! A home run!
Opposite field.
Chipola Junior College in Florida. Deep left.
Yeah, man, that's tough for Corbin.
Yeah.
Gotta just remember that every day. But you know what? He also homered off Lance Lynn, and Lance Lynn don't give a shit.
Oh, yeah. Lance Lynn loves it. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But none of these fucking hitters can get me, huh?
Yes, Lance Lynn, if their teammates...
He puts it on the hitters.
He puts it on his... He puts it on his hitters. Like, oh, that's awesome. That's why Lance is the best.
Yeah.
For all the fictional situations we create that I like.
That exist in our heads.
Yeah.
You're going to watch the Lance Lynn one now?
Obviously, I'm going to watch the Lance Lynn. I have it up. Oh, he did the little Rizzo hump.
Oh, and this is Twins Lance Lynn. So
that doesn't count.
That was a fake year for him.
Same thing.
Lester
Same
Pence,
exact thing.
Yeah.
That's the same exact home run.
That's his power. That's his power alley. Left center. How about it?
Damn.
Should we tag team Trevs? Because we were really excited about this before the show. You want to call him?
I can go out on a limb and guess who he's going to give it to.
Oh.
Should I try to call him?
Try giving him a call.
Give it a shot.
We'll do a little...
I'm just going to call him and hold the phone up.
Okay.
Because they can never hear us anyway.
Okay. Come on. It's got to be running so hot right now. Came at my throat before the show.
Your call has been forwarded to an
He's battling. He's battling right now.
He's in it.
Should we just do it every other word?
Yes.
My
award.
Standout.
Award. Performance.
Trevor.
Let's start over.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
giving
out
my
standout
performance
for
throwing
7 inning
pitched
shutout. It's Cole Swervin' Irvin.
What was the word supposed to be after
Swervin'.
4?
You were supposed to be introducing it for Trevor. For Trevor.
Oh.
Because that's his award.
I know you lost me. I thought we were going to say I'm giving out my stand-up. I thought they knew that already, so we were going to give our stand. I thought it was supposed to be. That word threw me. Cole, Swervin' Irvin.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Celebrity on this show.
7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 3 Ks, 7 hits, 1 walk. 3 Ks.
This is Swervin' Irvin's 3rd, 4th award. He's gotten awards. He's gotten standouts.
Do we have that yet?
He's gotten all of it. Max, we got to get some award analytics going. We'll throw that in the mix for you.
His records of some stuff, standouts. I don't know if those are included in that yet.
Dude, about the amount of awards you'd given, you'd think the ERA would be. I mean, it's 3.42, which is like a good ERA in the AL. And
you'd think it would stick out.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? He pitches a lot of innings. He's made it into the 5th inning every single start. He's finished the 5th inning 17 of his 19 starts. He's made it into the 6th inning 14 of his 19 starts. So Swervin' Irvin is a bullpen saver, and especially in today's day and age. Especially in today's day and age.
I wonder what
dumb saying.
Talkin A's or whatever A's podcast you're tuning into, and you guys know your A's better than we know them. You know all your teams better than we know them. Irvin coming into this year, Jimbo, in the majors, 6.75 ERA, a 45.1 innings pitched. He's got 113 on the season. So I guess that's got to be a conversation in Oakland.
Awesome.
Or they're just a regular baseball team and they'll pitch him and he'll be healthy and young because he's an athlete.
Max tells me this is Swerve and Irvin's third standout.
Okay.
I think that's each of you have
I think
gotten
we've each given him one.
Which that should be its own award.
The standout.
Yeah. That's like the perfect
triple crown.
The perfect crown.
No, because it's all the same
Perfect
thing.
triple crown. Triple perfect crown. Good job.
Good job. Great award, Trev. All right,
Trev, get out of here.
Yeah, Trev, if you could leave real quick, we're going to bring it down a notch. All right, thank you. Hopefully we see you later. We had 5 guys go on Slump Watch after the break. BBD, you have 5 potential additions. Lay them on us.
These are the 5, most notable offers since we last talked. Jared Walsh, all-star this year. He goes 0 for 8 this week. Matt Chapman goes on an 0 for 7, so I'm really glad Trev isn't here. Xander Bogaerts 0 for 9. Cody Bellinger, he's down bad, 0 for 14, 2 walks, 3 Ks. And Willie Adames, who was like the hottest guy on earth for a while, 0 for 7, RBI, walk.
Damn.
2 games set, so I don't...
Yeah, he'll be back. Which is a good note for Slump Watch.
Bunch of 2-game sets this week.
Another good note is that all the guys we put on last week have made cases.
Yes.
And we will hear
There's
those
a
cases.
discussion to be had.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
3 for 9 with a homer, 2 RBIs in the 2 games against Philly. He also had an RBI in the next game that we're not talking about. He's off.
He's off. Good job, G.
Good job, G.
A little bigger claps than I would have given him. Just being honest.
I think it's a golf clap situation.
3 for 9 with a homer?
I mean,
Struck out
let's
a
talk
lot.
about Randy Arozarena.
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll get to that. Yordan
Those are the classic
Alvarez, 3 for 12 with a homer, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, a walk. So that's a 308 on base, a 250. So I'm going to let him linger, actually.
Okay.
We can make a decision.
That's fine. I think he's coming off.
I do, too.
I think there's going to be a snap, but I think he's off.
You don't have to make it this second if you don't.
Very same vein, Adolis Garcia, 4 for 16 with the walk and 3 Ks.
Like, I've got Yordan above Adolis.
Because of the RBIs and the homer?
The power. I mean, 583.
Adolis looks like no extra base hits.
Randy, the best ever, Rosarena, 7 for 13, 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs.
That's a shame to flame.
That's
a shame to flame.
Fantastic news for him. He is off, and we're happy about him. Trevor Story, another 250, 2 for 8 with a walk and a K. Ooh, here's Trev. Called just in time.
We're getting a call.
Trev, just in time. We're doing Slump Watch.
Oh, should I leave again?
We gave your award out for you.
Now
Thank you.
awards.
I tried to
out.
fix the internet issue back here. It's just not happening. So.
You want to stay on the phone?
Any Swerve and Irvin thoughts?
I think you guys could take it home.
Well, what about no? What about all your Tigers talk, dude?
Did you give my award out?
I meant your standout. Swerve and Irvin.
Hang out.
I'll call you back as soon as we're done with Slump Watch.
Okay.
I want you to hear this. They'll come for your throat.
Bye.
Okay. Trevor Plouffe.
All right. So the problem with a lot of the additions is they're 2 games.
Right. Well, Cobell, he gets on because he's not.
The Chad has seen more of him than I have. They're saying his mechanics are all funked up, and so he's the easy ad.
Jared Walsh, I'm not putting him on. It was 2 games.
He's not a trade guy. He's not.
And he already got a hit yesterday. And the next thing.
Okay.
Well, half cheating.
Half
It's just in the All-Star game.
Yeah, it's just 2 games.
Who do we want to see? I mean, let's get down to it.
Bogaerts, Chapman, or Cobell for sure.
He's the easy ad.
Cobell. I mean, I kind of want Willie because I know he's going to get off, you know?
Yeah, obviously. I like that. Yeah, because that's what we're doing. We're
That's
helping
what
him
we
out.
do here.
All right.
I want to leave Story only because
Interesting.
He's a hot name in the streets right now. Holy smokes. Trevor Story outfield talk. Trevor Story Yankees rumors.
Dude, that new parody account is tricking too many people, and it's bothering me because the name is My Cock. Right. It's a picture of Jim Duquette, and it says they work for MLB Network, and there's no Mike Hawk.
Right.
My
Has
Cock.
anyone seen My Cock?
Yeah. But they tweeted that the Yankees are interested in Trevor Story.
Right.
And no, they made it like as obvious as you could that it's a parody account, and it's getting so.
Well, Buster.
I didn't give it a full look.
Buster tweeted out the Yankees
that
looked into Trevor Story.
The My Cock guy did it, I think, the day before or something like that.
Gotcha.
I think he gave like a full like. I think the Mike.
But the My Cock guy has done it for like 2 weeks now, and like people keep falling for it, and it's as fake. It's a picture of Jim Duquette.
Has anyone seen My Cock?
Yeah.
All right. See what Mike Hawk said?
Can we leave Jordan and Adelise on there? Because these other guys only played 2 games.
There's not an obvious replacement.
And I want to see those guys really, really earn it off. I think they will.
Okay.
I think they took a step.
They're ready to get like clapped off.
I believe.
Yeah. All right, let's do Enfuego, then we'll call it Trev for awards.
Okay.
Dirt nasties on fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like wake up.
All right, Randy Arozarena, you already hear me talk about him. He went 7 for 11 with 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs. Kike Hernandez, 5 for 9, his full-grown height with cleats on. 3 homers, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, playing center for them. Really good for him, and he kept that going. Jose Altuve, another short guy. Is this short guy week? Kike, Randy, Jose? Yeah. I'm not going to say the next guy because he's getting no award. Jose Altuve, 5 for 12. He'll never be that tall. 3 homers, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, and a walk. And then you got JD Martinez, 6 for 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
With a homer.
My reaction to you, Randy's listed 5'11". I don't. He's the best ever. I don't lump him in short guy world.
He's not 5'11".
I don't lump him with the short guys.
You don't see him when you look at him as a short guy? Oh, really?
Yeah.
You believe 5'11"?
I don't know about 5'11", but
because what was Gene Segura listed as?
Gene Segura, short guy.
But what was he listed as?
And I've got Randy above Gene.
What was Gene Segura listed as?
Well, I mean, in the Phillies
5'10"
guide, yeah. No,
when you say name a short guy, you don't think Randy, but when I
Randy's
look at Randy,
not in the short king.
I certainly don't think of him as not short.
Yeah,
he's not a tall guy, but he ain't a short guy.
I have him as short.
That's tough.
I don't know. I don't trust that 5'11". Chris Taylor, 6 for 16, 3 homers. Jorge Polanco, 6 for 12. That's 500. 2 homers, 2 doubles. Yoan Moncada, 6 for 15. 2 homers, 2 doubles. Kyle Tucker, 5 for 12. 2 homers. Matt Olson, how about that? 4 for 7. 2 homers. And Dylan Carlson, 7 for 17 with 2 homers.
How about it? And he's Carlson's got to hit a little bit because I think the other Cardinals outfielders are like racking up defensive WAR. I know Fuzzy had a funny tweet about it. That Bader and Tyler O'Neill are racking up defensive WAR, and Carlson's bad right now. So he tweeted the picture of the 3 dragons. 2 look scary, and one's got a goofy face, which is rude. So, hey, hit Dylan Carlson. That's how you play baseball.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Let's call.
He did.
I think he followed up on it. He might be out.
He is out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trevor Plouffe is out.
Taking or swimming?
We will.
Can I steal phone juice, or are you using it?
Yeah, we can get you some phone juice.
All right. Let's move on to awards. I am giving out the Strike That, Reverse It award, which is a very fun thing to say. We say it a lot. I love saying Strike That, Reverse It. So this is one of the more prestigious awards one can get.
Okay.
And I don't know if you and Trev talked about this last episode because I joined halfway, and I don't even know if I I was there for awards, but I kind of don't remember anything.
Okay.
So you probably talked about it. Now I'm realizing, and I might be making a fool out of myself. It's Juan Soto.
Okay. We can always talk about him. There's always time to talk about him.
Strike that, reverse it. Home run derby doesn't ruin your swing. It helps. Juan Soto should do the derby every year now because it locked him in. Yeah. He's hit 5 home runs since the break. That's the most in baseball. I think one other player has also hit 5 home runs since the break. I forget who it was, but I did look it up. But yeah, home run derby ruins your swing. Not for Juan Soto.
No.
He should do it every year now.
It's, yeah, man. Soto had he had a good first half. It was below Juan Soto expectations, and with the Nationals and what they've done this year, we didn't talk about him a lot. And now, and it's so nuts in baseball that we can be this far into the season and basically a good week, and Juan Soto's back. He leads the NL in on-base percentage.
That's good.
932 OPS. I mean, I think there's more in the bag. I think this second half is going to roll on.
No, he's in sole position of first place of home runs since the break, 5.
Huge. And, I could see ourselves, because he did this last year, and we all just, pandemic stuff was going on. It wasn't easy. Like, Juan Soto had a weird MVP case. He was short games, but, like, all of his offensive stats and stuff ended up there. I could see Juan Soto having a second half where his numbers end up in the ballpark with everyone, but he's not an actual candidate because the Nats haven't been exciting this year, and there will be other guys that do have him beat, but it's just like, 22-year-old Juan Soto ended up here again. He ended up 4th in the MVP voting.
He's not 22 still, is he?
22.
When's his birthday?
October 25th.
So that's how they do it. I remember he turned 21 during the World Series, and they were like, now he can drink in the clubhouse.
That's why they waited to go 7 games.
Gulp, 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 gulp.
Gubbity, 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 gub.
He didn't have homers. If you forget, Juan Soto led the National League in batting average, on-base percentage, slugging, and OPS last year.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Way to go!
But it was only 47 games because they had the Covey stuff, and they wouldn't let him play. And
false positive.
Good award, Jim.
Thanks.
Good award, Jim. I am giving out, and this is wild.
Yeah, I saw this. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be confusing.
This is wild. I'm giving the Trevor Plouffe Award.
It's not Trevor's award that we are going.
We will be giving Trevor Plouffe's award. This is the Trevor Plouffe Award.
The trophy of this award would say the Trevor Plouffe Award. The award that we're giving out on behalf of Trevor, the trophy will say something else.
Jim, baseball is a game of oddities and quirks.
Huh.
Every night you see something happen and you're just like, that's bizarre, huh?
Huh?
Jim, sometimes a stat comes across you and you don't fully appreciate it. There's a stat I saw last night. Freddie Freeman has now gone 29 consecutive plate appearances without a swing and miss. Professional pitchers throwing the ball mid to high 90s, and they throw off speed pitches. Freddie Freeman hasn't swung and missed on a pitch since July 11th.
No way. No way.
So there's some all-star break. So he obviously gets the Trevor Plouffe Award because Trevor Plouffe don't miss.
That's so nice of you.
We're healing.
He didn't hear it.
I know.
And he's not going to believe
He'll
it.
be mad. He'll FaceTime me with a little buzz tonight in the hills. Bro, you couldn't touch me. Jess is too hot for you.
What
Talk
else?
To you later, Trev.
What else is he going to say?
He's like, I love you. I love you too, Trev.
Okay.
That'll be nice.
He's swimming with his daughter right now.
Yeah.
I think a good thing would be if you pretended like he helped you swim in the pool.
I'd love that.
It's kind of like Nick Miller and the old man when they go to the spa and the bath.
It's also one of those things could help. I'm not a strong swimmer.
No?
No. This body ain't built to swim.
All right, I'm checking this dude's math. So I pulled up all of Freddie Freeman's swings since July 11th, and I'm going to click the graph mode.
Graph mode.
And if it says... It went small on me. I think I clicked the chart mode instead.
Okay, it looks like you clicked the chart mode.
I think I have to go this button,
search,
and then this button, and then...
Graphs, pitch breakdown maybe.
2 whiffs.
He's got 2 whiffs. You got to see what they are.
Because...
Could have happened last night, too.
When was the tweet from?
Tweet came out last night.
All right, so let's change the search to...
Oh, boy.
No, it's easy. Pitch result, swing and miss. Search from July 11th. 2 come up, and they were from the 16th and the 11th.
So that one on the 11th was the last one he'd had.
And then this one is a foul tip that they mislabeled.
Conte at first, nobody out. 3-3 game.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, I see.
1 ball, 1.
That's
it's
tricky.
Still one, a good caveat, but yeah. Catcher doesn't catch that, it's a foul ball, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, he just nicked one into the catcher's glove. Okay. Counts. Still counts. Hasn't swung and missed. He nicked that ball.
Accurate.
He hasn't swung without making contact with something.
July 11th.
BBD, do you want to give Trevor's award?
Whoa.
I know what his award is. Trevor's giving out the Major League 4 award.
Yeah.
And it's going to the Detroit Tigers. And if we want to go more specific, he did say to give Zach Short love, which glad to do.
Yes.
Jomboy Media, Zach Short.
The Compound, great show. Because they...
Go listen to The Compound.
They're hitting and they're winning when they're not supposed to be.
If you're looking for more baseball, you don't have to be like a Cubs fan or Tigers fan to listen to The Compound.
They talk baseball.
They do all baseball.
And not baseball.
So, do we want to go about this and just, like, clap for him?
Just clap for the Tigers?
Yeah. Like, should we not yuck their yum at all? Because I got a lot of Tigers fans coming at me being like, well, how about all that shit you talked about the Tigers? And it's like, well, I mean, it all stands still.
I mean, my thing at the time...
But like, it's very fun for them.
You can use this argument, Jim, is that I was disappointed in the Tigers because I like some of their young guys. I like their young pitchers. I like some of those dudes. So when they were playing atrocious, and when their record was what?
8-19.
10-24?
Yeah.
It's like... That's where Rosie, I think he subbed in for you or Trev on a pod, and Rosie gave the, like, what do you expect? And I was like, at least be fun or have something. They've done more than that. I know they haven't lost since the All-Star break. They're 7-0. And Yes Network had it the other day. I think they're 18-9 in the last month or something like that, which is the best record in baseball. Yeah. So I don't know if Hinch deserves love. I think a lot of the young pitching deserves love. And I'm going to get the Jakey butter knife later because there's a better way to do it. Because since May 8th, I think this has been one of the best teams in baseball. And they're the Detroit Tigers. So good for them.
Yeah. Okay. Good for them. Good for them.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Badu still having a nice season, by the way.
He's kind of figuring
I think
it
their
out.
GM said they're going to be buyers, which, like, that's where I'm getting...
Right.
That's where
What do they mean
I'm
by
getting
that?
frustrated.
Know who deserves some love? And I heard this on a broadcast, so I love it. Eric Haas has come up for them, 28-year-old catcher. 15 dingers in 49 games. And, like, that's kind of what he's doing. And they call him Hometown Haas. So, doesn't get better than that.
How could they be buyers?
Depends what they're buying.
Depends what you're
buying.
buying.
What do they mean by that?
That's a good way to phrase it, baby. 47-51. This Tigers team could get over 500.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Cleveland's falling out a little.
But they shouldn't trade any prospects or anyone.
No,
for
I
that.
think BBD. That's the really good. If this was Tigers elevator talk, you know, yeah, we're buying. Depends what we're buying.
I mean, they're still 12 games out of their division.
We getting a guy for 3 years
and like 10 back in the wild card or whatever.
You're not buying rentals. You're not buying.
9 back in the wild card
Oh.
with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams ahead of them. And So that's where I'm getting confused. Like, this is awesome. I'm excited for the Tigers. They're clearly, it took a while to get this rebuild going. They're clearly doing that and on their way. But, they're beating teams that are worse than them, or like, it's not like they ran through the gauntlet on this winning streak. And we decided that we are schedule shamers. So I'm getting tripped up.
Okay. Matthew Mann in the chat says, I'd kiss Jake right now. Prove it.
Yeah.
Put your mouth where my mouth is.
Yeah. Good award, Trev.
Good award, Trev. Go Tigers. Go Zach Short. Go the compound. Keep winning.
I know we just did an ad for the compound, but there's one more thing to plug.
Yeah, well, our best friend of the week comes from the Chris Rose Rotation. Who are the hosts on the Chris Rose Rotation, you may ask? Well, it's Chris Rose. Yep. And then a rotating cast of MLB players. Trevor May. I just checked. Trevor May's recording an episode right now. They use my Zoom account, so I got an alert. Lucas Giolito is also on there. Tyler Glasnow's on there. Glasnow's a fucking trip of a human.
I love him.
During the All-Star break, he just went to Dumbo in Brooklyn, just walked around by himself because he just was like, I want to see things.
Yeah.
That's a dude. He just kind of soaks up life, huh?
Yeah.
Stephen Brault, he's also a character. Did you see Rose? Did you hear Rose's impression of Brault?
Yeah, Rose loves busting out his Brault.
Okay, and then Archie Bradley is on there as well. They give insight in the players, and then they have guests. Miggy Rojas.
Today's episode was Mickey Rowe.
Yeah, they didn't put this. I didn't forget about Miggy. They forgot about Miggy on a sheet.
Ron Burgundy.
Some of the previous guests: Max Scherzer, Nick Castellanos, James McCann, Zach Gallen, Rich Hill, Trevor Williams, Willie Adames, Liam Hendricks, Joe Musgrove, Blake Snell. Dude, at the end of the year, the amount of players that have been on this show is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Hosmer was on yesterday.
Hosmer was on yesterday. It's going to be a fantastic list of players. It's really, really good. Chris Rose is phenomenal at interviewing these guys and getting the best out of them. So if you like insights into baseball, into players' personalities, go to the JM Baseball YouTube channel or wherever you listen to podcasts. Episodes come out Mondays and Thursdays. It's really, really good stuff. And they bring us the best friend of the week, which is?
The guy we talked about briefly before, Walker Buehler. Might be the guy the Dodgers fans want to start a wild card game that they might end up in. He goes 7.1 innings, 1 earned, 9 Ks. Allowed just 5 hits and a walk in that time as well. So a nice outing for Walker.
Very casually having an incredible season.
What's his...
So easy.
What are his numbers in the season?
He's 10-1, 20 games started, so he's T1 with Stroman for most starts. A 2.31 ERA.
And I think that one loss would have been fairly because I remember there was a stat going around about like no regular season losses since.
Yeah,
19.
I did an award around that.
Yeah. So you brought that to my attention.
Whoops.
Good job, Walker.
Good job, me and Walker.
All right. Elevator talk. If you hop into an elevator and the door opens up and a person hops in and they're wearing a hat that has the Oakland A's logo on it, here are some instant fodder you can use to chat with them. 2 minutes on the clock. Oakland A's have a big series coming up against the Mariners. We talked about that earlier today. The pitching matchups are really fun. You can talk about how Jake said he's rooting for chaos, and they are the only chaos team out there right now.
Only wild card factor. I would say, like, hey, you're in the elevator, like, you ever listen to Talkin Baseball? You should check those guys out. Like, the one guy talks about Matt Olson dating his daughter. Laureano has taught us a new phrase that gets used around baseball. And I think you do drop, like, if Matt Chapman gets it going this year, we're for real. Because his numbers, 219, 312 on base, 680 OPS. That's not where Matt Chapman's supposed to be. Are they going to make some sneaky moves around the deadline? They're Oakland. Their shortstop spot has been tough. Elvis Andrews, those are some tough offensive numbers.
Did you see what they just did to him yesterday?
Made him wear a hat in the dugout?
He's been batting second a lot. A lot lately. Yesterday, Elvis Andrews batted 9th.
Yeah.
They dropped him all the way down. I think they slid him up to second before the break in July, hoping it gets him going. Olsen protects him. I don't think it worked, and now he's yesterday batted 9th, all the way down in the lineup. It's a big drop. But he was batting ninth a lot earlier in the season, so.
No deserves a little love. Lou Trevino at the back of that bullpen. He's having a great year, 1.91 ERA, 16 saves, and he wasn't supposed to be the closer. It's supposed to be Rosenthal. So, how about that? Sweet Lou.
You like Lou?
Where it begins. Yeah.
What do you think his middle name is?
Ooh, Louis Linwood Trevino.
I have no idea. It doesn't say anywhere. Jake sucks.
It's Albert.
Nice. Where'd you find it?
It's Baseball Reference.
I saw it.
Pennsylvania guy, Lou Trevino.